Here come the boys. Y'all ready to go swimming, baby? Come on. Give it up. Get out of that water. I tried telling y'all, it's swim lessons, baby.
We are here, where legends are made. Lambeau Field, home of the Lombardi Trophy. Vince Lombardi once rolled up and down this field, and today, Swim Lessons, the podcast, did the same. My name is Dallas Hansen, alongside the great and powerful Lodi. It's gotta be Jordy. Here we go, Packer fans. What a day it has been. By far the best day on the tour. No other questions asked. To my left, Lordy, it's got to be Jordy. My name is Dallas Hansen. Thank you for being here today. Greatly appreciated on Swim Lessons, the podcast. A lot to cover in this episode of what was a fantastic day here from Green Bay, Wisconsin. Let's go over a few things, what we saw, what we learned. Jordy, how do you feel immediately off the bat?
Like I died and went to heaven.
Die-hard Packers fan for a very long time. For those that are listening, not watching on YouTube, you've got your cheese head on, and you've sporting, I have to admit, the new Tucker Craft, the alternate jersey. Is that what they're going to be?
Yeah. This is the 1923 edition. 1923 is an important year in the history of the team because that's when they were facing bankruptcy. In order to stay solvent, Curly Lambeau brought the town together, and they all sold stocks to local members of the community, and thus they were the first community-owned team.
Beautiful.
And still are to this day, and nobody gives more back to the fans than Green Bay.
And we learned that today firsthand. We wouldn't be here today without our sponsors. They mean a lot to us. First off, Glosso Angus, a proud sponsor of Swim Lessons, the podcast, your premier source for registered black Angus cattle since 1973. Glosso Angus cattle showcase dominance, durability, and docility and are built to thrive on the northern plains. Check them out. That's Glosso, Glasoe, Angus.com. Next up is PSP Network. It's in the game. They've been promoting local student athletes for a very long time. They're gearing up for football and volleyball season. Make sure to check out that schedule of events on their website. That's psp.network. And also make sure you subscribe to their YouTube channel because you'll get all the games for free on PSP Network. Subscribe and give a like too, as also Nick Holberg and all of our talent team are really looking forward to bringing you some fun games this upcoming fall. Also, if you're ever in the heart of the Bakken, make sure to check out River's Edge Bar and Grill. They are known for offering the best happy hour in town, providing unbeatable deals in a lively atmosphere. Guests can also enjoy a variety of entertaining activities, including bingo, trivia, and the very popular Name That Tune. Come on down to River's Edge for great drinks, great food, and great fun. All right, I gotta say, Chicago was a downer. Kansas City was an upper. Chicago was a downer. Green Bay, we didn't know what to expect coming into it. We knew we were staying at the top of the top when it came to hotels. So a major shout out has to go to our guy Connor and that hotel we stayed at, which was a real treat for us one night.
Yeah.
The best shower I've ever taken in my life.
Insane.
Tell us about that. A 3-headed shower.
Well, you were at the front desk. I was walking our bags up with the guy, and he was like, "Oh, I'll show you everything." And I was like, "Well, it's a hotel room. I'll figure it out." And he's showing me how to work the shower because it's got like an actual kind of tablet thing in there to run it, and there's like 3 different heads and fully adjustable, and like you can up and down the temperature like in real time. It was, for a little country bumpkin, it was quite the moment.
We were at the Kohler Lounge as well, so the Kohler place is fantastic. Make sure you check it out. I know they're already sold out for every single day in the regular season. That's insane.
And we couldn't tell you how many hotel rooms are in there, but just speaking to some of the locals, every single hotel room has like a different game or moment in Packers history. So ours was the snow game, the playoff game against Seattle. We were down 14-0. Ryan Grant, 201 yards, 3 touchdowns. Favre falls, throws it underhand. He's throwing snowballs. The picture of him like this. I mean, it's Packers lore. Just so cool. And the whole place is just dripping. And they have the cool chairs in the lobby with the Vince Lombardi photo. They had a Dorsey Levens jersey, Reggie White game-worn
shoes, a glove by Reggie White. It's Packers heaven.
This place drips history.
The title town that's right next to it is fantastic.
Oh, man. Yeah, I went and walked around this morning, and they have this sled hill, and I was going to walk up that, and I'm not ashamed to admit I didn't. It was a little hot.
Shout out to our travel agent, Kristen, who said, hey, you guys, I just got an email from Kohler. You guys need to check out this VIP thing they're offering. Do you want to do it? I'm like, how much is it? It's an additional $30. I said, yes, get us 2 of them. So here's what they do on this VIP, and this is what makes the Packer fan base be so loyal. What they offered was a free ride to practice, which wasn't far, a guided tour of basically how practice runs, and then you get to go on the practice field with the players, with the coaches. Yep. You are side by side with the players. You are side by side with the coaches. Oh, by the way, take a free water, take a free pop. Don't leave the tent, but everything free. That was a game-changing experience.
Thank God for those waters.
I know it was hot in St. Joseph's, but that news reporter that we were talking to today, he said this is the hottest practice he's ever covered. There's something. We bring the heat, baby.
Shout out Aaron Nagler.
Yes.
Cheesehead TV. I mean, I see this guy's tweets every day. He's a loyal. He's a diehard. I mean, he has a whole fan base and following and just puts out content every single day on the Packers. And he walks by, and I recognize him from seeing him on Twitter 400 times a day. And I go, Nagler, dude, I see your tweets every day, man. And he just goes, I am so sorry. And just walks off.
My favorite part, though, was right when we got there. Because, again, we didn't know what to expect. But when the players ride the bikes in from Lambeau Field, they ride the bikes over across the street. Fans were everywhere. Not too much security. So you could literally walk up to just about anybody and get an autograph.
In 2025, with the way you see everything else in the world going, like just it's unbelievable how wide open that is.
Yeah.
And I mean, I know you have some 40-year-olds there trying to get 80 helmets signed, but you know, it's cool to see the kids and riding the bikes. I mean, that is really genuinely so cool. Some of the bigger guys are just carrying them. I thought that was hilarious. Was it Colby Wooden?
Colby Wooden from Auburn that said he was riding his bike by us, and he was on a smaller bike, and there's little kids beside him, and Colby Wooden goes, I thought I was finna to break this thing, man. It was all time.
Yeah, because that girl runs up. She goes, can you sign my jersey? You rode my brother's bike yesterday. And he goes, oh, I thought I was finna break that.
And then we had a little bit of a disappointment. You went for a fist bump. We just put it on the Instagram page. I don't think he saw you.
No,
but he didn't.
It was poor commitment on my part. And that's typical.
Yeah. No, it was. And I mean, Colby Wooden from Auburn was funny. Everybody started laughing. So then we go into practice. Not sure what to expect. The players are stretching. They have this inside facility, and then they run out to the field. They're stretching inside, and then they all just run out at once, like a college football introduction, NFL football introduction, whatever it is. They run out all together, which I thought was very unique. Practice starts. You go, look at that, Dallas. It's Luke Butkus. What is he, the cousin of Dick?
Grandson of Dick Butkus.
Grandson of Dick Butkus.
And he played at Illinois. I mean, he's a big dude. And I've seen him on TV and I've heard the name, but I can't say I necessarily could tell you what he looked like.
Yeah.
But when you see him, you're like, that's gotta be Butkus, right? Big dude.
Wearing a sweatshirt, and it was 90 out. I was wearing the shirt I'm wearing right now, and it was so hot you could have wrung it out. Same with your jersey. I love the commitment with the jersey and a shirt. You were hot. But
but luckily I picked dark colors, so it doesn't show as bad. Your shirt turned into a dark color.
Oh, dude. So Luke Butkus was wearing a sweatshirt, big man, and during practice, the players were kind of, if you're a football coach, you know you got to stay on the sidelines. And he's getting pissed off throughout practice, Coach Butkus is. And finally, he just looks at the defensive line who he was coaching. He goes,
back on the sideline. Fuck.
Please. It was all time.
Like one rookie was like, yes, sir. And did like the whole just straight to the side thing.
The heat was getting to him. And then you look at me and you go, because Jerry knows all of the Packer players, coaches. You go, there's Mike Vrabel's brother, Jason Vrabel. And he was ripping up play call sheets. And he was a big guy too, but it was cool to see Mike Vrabel's brother trying to make a name for himself. So shout out Jason Vrabel.
Yeah, passing game coordinator, I believe.
That's awesome.
Yeah, wide receivers guy. He's a very, very, we are very lucky to have that guy on the staff. I think he works wonders. But yeah, they were just done with a segment, so he was just throwing away his thing, and he was joking with the guy from the hotel, and he goes, don't be stealing that.
But the coach.
It just goes to show you like how tight knit everything is here. Like everybody on that sideline, like,
Was very.
you could tell who'd been there and who is here, and like they all know each other. And I think that's just how many places can you go like that where there's such a personal level of interaction?
Not many. The guy who stole the show, player, coach, whatever, was Acha. Stole the show, special teams coordinator. I mean, I've got videos, very animated guy, the guy who made Will Compton's career go the way it went. But he was fantastic, dude.
No comments on Will Compton.
What did you think of Coach Rich?
He's a fireball. Also another guy we're very lucky to have. He's kind of...
Special teams coordinator, right?
Yeah, special teams coordinator, but more like that is like his technical role, but I think I see him more as like the alternate to LaFleur, where he's like the older veteran, that aged voice, the players coach in the locker room, where he's asking a lot out of you. The Connor, our guy from the Kohler Hotel, was telling us he was blowing dudes up like day 2 of being here because they were just kept fair catching every punt in practice, and they're just running on air. And he was like, if you fair catch one more punt, I swear to... And he's like throwing his hat and stuff, and I go, I love that.
I love it.
One of our guys back home, when he got picked up by Green Bay, he's one of our old school coaches. He's been coaching forever. Same human. He just goes, great guy. I was like, okay, Rick.
There was a coach that was doing a lot as well, and I would say his group played the best today, and that was a defensive line for the Green Bay Packers. And he came over from New England, played wide receiver, you were telling me, in college, but DeMarcus Covington, shout out DeMarcus Covington.
Yep.
That was fantastic. He was involved in every play. The D-line was making play after play. They looked good, but Coach Covington, the way he was so animated, getting his guys animated, you could just feed off of his energy.
Yep. Special teams coordinator. He was in New England for 8 years, so if there's anywhere you're going to learn about the game and pick up knowledge, it's there.
I
mean, defensively from Bill Belichick, the D-line had a great day. Kenny Clark made some plays. Najee Stackhouse, undrafted rookie out of Georgia, big man. He made a couple plays, couple stops. It's good to see him. Rashawn Gary, I will never tweet about you again.
We need to talk about that. So like we were saying, we're on the field with the guys, and they get into team. So individual went good, but team starts. And you're only allowed to film the first couple segments. So once team comes, they're pretty strict about no phones, no videos, no nothing, which is cool.
So it's like the first 20-ish minutes.
First 20-ish minutes. But after that, no phones. So they start kind of screen game, I will say, and Coach LaFleur calls out a play, and they run a screen to Jaden Reed on the left side. Jordan and I are standing on the kind of left side right behind the sideline. Jaden Reed catches the football, starts upfield, makes about 10 yards. Gary just comes like a piss missile and levels him and strips the ball. And Jordan, I thought we were going to have to life flight you out of here because he was going right for your knees as well. I looked at you. You looked at me. I was legit scared.
You see those guys like, working the sound booms on the sideline get taken out, and they're not paying attention. So, they don't like tense up.
Yeah.
We would have had to saw me off from the knees down. I mean, they were like one step away from going into that cooler, and then Lord knows, and then the fence, and then I just want to let you know I would have been okay going out like that.
Dude.
But it was as vicious, like...
That was insane.
Like, it's not like he tapped the ball. Like, if he would have hit him in the face, he would have knocked him. He would have been out. Rashawn Gary is an animal. He looks like a freak. If they figure out the D-line rotation last year, for some reason, they just went straight platoons.
Yeah.
Pretty much. And a lot of guys were at 50% snaps. And I understand it with injuries and keeping guys fresh. And I get the mentality, but there's got to be a point in the game where you go, best guys got to eat. And Rashawn Gary, if they're going to take any step forward, has got to eat. I swear to God, Mr. Gary, I will never tweet about you, or I will not a crossword ever again. You've only ever been my favorite player.
After team, which was very fun to watch. Jordan Love struggled a little bit. There was a great defensive back play that we were talking about. He threw a pick, and Kenny Clark was right there. But
yeah, Kenny Clark broke through the line too. He was in Jordan's face. He didn't see Tyron Hopper, middle linebacker out of Missouri. Good young player. He's special teams right now. Isaiah Simmons coming in, so I think he'll get kind of bumped around. But, yeah, I mean, he has all the talent, 100-plus tackles a couple years in a row at Missouri. If we have that guy just sitting on the sideline, I think that just speaks to the depth they have right now and how comfortable they feel. This is as talented as a linebacking group as they've had in a long time. Talented and athletic. It needs to get put on the field. Edgerrin Cooper, he's very, very, very fast. Quay Walker is very, very fast. I mean, Isaiah Simmons, you add him to that, and just speed kills, baby.
How about Tucker Kraft? Phenomenal practice. The catch he had the last drill, going over the middle, Jordan Love lays it up to him. He jumps very high, and I liked him because he was the only guy wearing like the actual Green Bay Packer football pants. He wasn't in shorts or anything. He was repping the pants cut off at the knee. I loved it, and he just makes a spectacular catch. And you get the feeling that Tucker Kraft, judging by what we've seen today and what people were talking about, reporters with us, Tucker Kraft's gonna have a hell of a year.
I agree. I think he's in line for a career year in every way. And the stats, I think, will come with him. But what's more important is who he is to this team and this locker room. And that's he's the tone setter. He's the guy that's running 20 yards down the field, getting in your lips if you're touching our quarterback. You used to have Josh Sitton and TJ Lang do that for years. Hall of Famers right in there. He's that guy. Mm-hmm. He's the guy who's holding you accountable. And we haven't had a guy like his mentality, his like intensity in a little while is the best way I would put it. His intent, like today, I mean, he was all business. And I love that. He's looking to hit people in the mouth. They've already talked a couple times this offseason about like, hey, you can go out of bounds. Matt LaFleur will tell him, and he goes, I know I can. But he doesn't want to. He wants to hit somebody in the mouth, so we want to keep him around here as long as we can, but I don't ever want to change who he is as a player, and that's aggressive and free, baby.
South Dakota boy.
Yeah, Watertown.
Jacqueline. So I have a friend, and I was close to getting Tucker on the podcast. Jacqueline Richter, shout out. So Tucker's over talking. He knew some people, so he's signing autographs. So I walked over to him. I'm like, Tucker, what's up, man? Nice to see you. I'm from North Dakota. He's like, hell yeah, man, what's up? I'm like, well, Jacqueline Richter's a mutual friend, and all he went was he smiled. He goes, all right. And he ran back on the field. He runs back.
I made the
field.
right choice with the Tucker Kraft jersey, dude.
But the guy that struggled today, and you and I were talking about it. I like him, but he struggled. Was Musgraves? Luke Musgraves, another tight end, struggled catching the football.
Incredibly fat. I mean, like I told you when we were watching practice, you were like, yeah, because I was down with defense, and you're like, 88 had a couple drops today, and I just started shaking my head because I mean that's just been the story on him.
Yeah.
Everything is there except the finish. He'll get open. He's got the speed. I mean, they talk about him all the time being like one of the fastest. If you just put him in a straight line race, he's probably one of the fastest, smoothest guys on the team. Just got it. It's like Xavier Worthy when we were in Kansas City. You just got to catch the ball. Just you can't, you won't be on the field.
No.
And they give him opportunities, but I think Tucker Kraft is the nice parallel to him that opens it up to like have him schemed in and have specific shots. But it'd be nice to see him bring those in.
Speaking of Kansas City, former great wide receiver for Kansas City and return specialist Mecole Hardman, recently signed in the offseason by the Green Bay Packers. He was here today. Caught a few punts, but honestly didn't get much time at the wide receiver position. But Mecole looked okay. I noticed they were working on his back a lot during practice. We might have a few issues.
7 years in the league, same as Rashawn Gary when I was looking at the roster earlier. I mean, anytime you can add Super Bowl, guys with Super Bowl experience and to your roster, you're very happy to do that. But a lot of those receivers you really didn't get to see till the last couple of team segments. They were running a lot of sweeps to Jaden, and we didn't see Matthew Golden until like the last 10 minutes of practice, and he had 2 touchdowns in that last little scheme.
Let's talk about Matthew Golden. It's been a while since the Green Bay Packers have selected a wide receiver in the first round. The draft was here in Green Bay. You were here as well for the draft. They take him, and I've gotten a few text messages from Chiefs, Bears. Who should I take? Who do you see out there that you really like? Well, Rashee Rice. We didn't get to watch the Bears because of the rain, but today it's Matthew Golden. I mean, phenomenal player.
Yeah.
Made a standout. He wears number 22, but just a standout guy. If there's one guy that I could talk about that really, really surprised me today, it's him.
He had a nice little in route, and I mean, he's just smooth. And it's not like he's catching it with his body. He's plucking the ball.
Yes.
That's very good to see. I mean, we know the speed is there. So for whatever reason, he didn't get that many opportunities at Texas. I mean, he did, but it's not like he put up some crazy season. So I don't know. I'm very hopeful for him. As hopeful as I was with Christian and still am with Christian. It's just injuries happen. Being here at the draft, I can tell you, I mean, that's a little bit of a sentimental moment, watershed moment. Get to host the draft. Mark Murphy's last year, he comes out to announce the pick. And you just kind of knew because it was him walking out that it was going to be something a little special in that moment. And we'll see how the career turns out. But the fan base has definitely been yapping at him for 20 years about it. First one since Javon Walker in 2003, I think. And I think it was the same exact, 24th pick or whatever he was. And 22nd maybe. But yeah, he comes out and he goes, ladies and gentlemen, for the first time. And just, you couldn't hear him after that because everyone was just, yeah. This is so cool. And then they pop him up. He walks on the stage, sweet-ass gold suit. He's a fan favorite. Everybody's yelling at him. He's smiling. He's going to be a good personality for us.
Speaking of one of the best people to come into the Green Bay Packers franchise was Mark Murphy. The things he's done for the Packers organization, the buildings he's built, the investments he's made around this place is fantastic. But he's retiring. So in walks the new president and CEO, Ed Policy, and you and Coach Policy had a nice moment today, I will say. That was nice.
Yeah, I was sitting all the way at the edge of the fence watching linebackers. I was watching Simmons, and Quay Walker was throwing with his coach, and I'm leaned on the fence, and I just looked to my right about how far you are away from me. There's this guy standing there, and he looks over at me, and I just go, and I'm looking back, and I go, I think that's the fucking new owner. And then I had a thought to myself, and I was like, don't. It's
Don't
literally
say it.
his second day.
Yeah.
Give him some time before you're you.
Yeah. Another player that really, really surprised us was number 17, wide receiver Sam Brown Jr. Very much a Devontae Adams lookalike. Had some catches. Jordan Love was talking to him a lot, but another guy to watch, Sam Brown Jr.
Yeah, with the 2s and 3s. I mean, every time there was a catch or somebody in the end zone, it was Sam Brown. So, I mean, he's popping. Malik Willis and Clifford were getting him the ball. That speaks volumes, so I think he's showing out. I think ultimately he'll probably end up as a practice squad guy. They just brought in Will Shepard from Colorado, but he looked very, very good today. I mean, he just was every time he looked up, he had the ball.
Yeah.
And we couldn't say that for a lot of guys. Dontavian Wicks had a couple catches. I was very, very happy to see him using his hands. Didn't happen so often last year. Love the guy. I think he's got the right attitude going into the year. From everything I'm reading and seeing, he looks good.
Oh, very good. And we go back to some individual stuff, some teams, some group stuff, and I decided I'm going to go by the running backs. You were going to go watch the defensive side. So on opposite sides of the field, and again, no phones at this point. And I feel like this happened because if they had allowed phones, I would have been taping too much. But instead, I was just watching these running backs go at it. And
Jacobs
Josh
is smooth,
bro. Josh Jacobs, I'm repping a Josh Jacobs shirt, and the lady at the pro shop said they just come out, so I buy it, and I'm standing from 5 feet away from Josh Jacobs and the running backs. Josh Jacobs looks at me, and he goes like this, kind of a confused look, and I pound on my chest yeah, and he goes, that shirt goes hard as hell, man. And I'm like, let's go, that shirt's hard as hell. I'm like, let's go. All-time moment. And Josh Jacobs, I'm a diehard Chiefs fan, but dude, Packers, if I had to pick another team after today, it's Green Bay. This was phenomenal. And how nice the players were.
I mean, it's just a culture here.
Yeah.
It's all one big family, and I think to put a nice little divide between that and Chiefs camp, it's just the way it's set up because, the Chiefs camp, they just go to a university. This is built to be this. This is built to be a fan interaction for the bikes, for the families, for the kids, and, the way they run this all the way up the sidelines. So that way you can just walk back and forth versus we were
had to pick a spot.
On the end zones was just kind of tough. I mean, you got to see everything unfold and you were still really close. But I mean, this is you're just on top of everything and they're okay with it. I mean, that's just how it is and that's how they want it. And nobody gives more back to the fans than the Green Bay Packers.
One thing, just watching all the players, and one thing I like to look at is how they handle their teammates and how they, pick up the trash, do whatever. Josh Jacobs, the whole time, held the ball bag, until every player put the balls back in the ball bag, zipped it up, handed it to the running backs coach, collected all the pads, picked them up, and then also first guy in, last guy out type mentality. Josh Jacobs, all-time dude, and I look forward to him having a rather large season here upcoming.
When you sign guys to these insanely massive deals, like which for 2 seconds in our life we had Josh Jacobs and Aaron Jones, that still stings a bit because I just can't imagine what that would have been like. That would have been a fever dream of an existence. But Josh Jacobs is one of the few guys that's delivered and then some. I know we're 1 year in, but just the way he handles himself, he's a true leader. The way he talks to the media, the way he talks to his teammates, the way he represents himself and this community. I mean, it's unbelievable. Such a grade A human. And you could see that everywhere. He was interacting with the fans, the way he smiles, the way he carries himself. He's a leader of men.
Leader of men, great way to put it. I keep watching the cars come out of the player personnel area because we are filming right at Lambeau Field. And I'm just waiting for Coach LaFleur to get out of his car and go, guys, what's going on? Comes in for a quick interview. Wouldn't that be awesome?
Yeah, I'm waiting for Rich Bisaccia to get the hell out of here.
All right, let's get back to our segments here. Jerry, camp vibes and first impressions.
Oh, side note, Bubba Franks was on the sideline today.
How did we miss that? Bubba Franks.
I mean, he has been out of the league since like
Right.
07, maybe 08,
Right.
But that NFL street legend, Green Bay Packer legend, Bubba Franks, 88. That would have been a jersey in the shop. Also, we saw Kabir Kabaja-Miller jersey.
That was all time.
Back to your question.
Okay, segment 1, camp vibes and first impressions.
Vibes are high. First impression, I would say, as a team, everything, they just look cohesive. I would say, like, everybody looks like they're pulling in the same direction, and just the operation of practice in general is just bang, 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 bang. Like, there wasn't an inch of the field that wasn't being used or like rotating. It's pretty smooth operation. I think they look good. I mean, obviously there was a few points. Jordan Love had the interception. He bounced back at the end. They were doing a little drill, 9 seconds on the clock. You're down 6, got a score. He hit Tucker Kraft for a nice touchdown with some guys in his face off his back foot. So he can make every throw. He's the kind of quarterback that can put you over the top. We saw it in that win over Dallas. I mean, he was close with, in that game against Philly. He was close with the 49ers the year before that. Just a lot of teams get close every year. What's going to put you over the edge? And I think the vibe this year is just there's no excuse.
I was so impressed in the vibe I got from the defensive side of things. What's the defensive coordinator's name?
Jeff Hafley.
He is going to be a head coach someday. The way the defense...
Yeah, I agree.
The way the defense was...
He's changed that culture completely.
Ferocious. When a running back, Josh Jacobs, whoever it was, one of the backups, when they'd break through, like we saw it in Kansas City, probably see it tomorrow in Minnesota, they just let the running backs go and they run to the end zone, turn around, come back. Like everybody that knows the game of football practice, that's what you do. Dude, this defense was punching the shit out of the ball. Like just legit. Every play
in my mind, I was just going, assault.
Dude, seriously. Like, and they're not in pads. Like it was rough.
But then the running backs, like go to the ground because they're kind of soft tackling them, kind of, while they're hitting them. But then they'd be getting up and they'd be getting they'd be ganged up on, and everybody would be hitting at the ball. And I love that. I mean, they're just preaching that as a mentality to gang tackle, rally to the ball, swing, get it out, create turnovers. I mean, they played so phenomenal down the stretch without really getting a pass rush from their front seven or connecting. They just didn't have the DBs to really sit. They just want to sit and rush forward just like Philly did against KC. I mean, what a dream that would be. But last year they had to mix in a lot of blitzes. When you have Edgerrin Cooper, you're going to do that. But I think this year, a healthy Kenny Clark, they're going to turn some heads.
Fast tempo, clean execution, big personalities. That's kind of what I got out of it. All right, segment 2, camp heat check. Who's making noise, and who do you look forward to here come the regular season?
Matthew Golden coming into here, I was like, yeah, that, and he delivered on everything I hoped to see out of him just in that small glimpse, just body language, speed, execution, plucking the ball. Marshawn Lloyd, 3rd-round pick last year out of USC, double USC, USC squared, South Carolina and South California.
Ooh.
Big boy, Josh Jacobs drives him to practice every day. He's taken him under his wing very well. This is a guy he believes in. He moves fast. I mean, they legitimately have 5 running backs right now, 4 after Josh Jacobs. So I think the depth there is very, very, what's the word I'm looking for? It's very encouraging because they just picked up Israel from the New York Jets, and he was a Pittsburgh running back All-American. I mean, I don't even know how or why he's here. I mean, they returned the same top 4 guys, so if he can crack it, that's great. But what a luxury to have a guy like that in camp.
I have to agree. I agree 1,000%. All right, behind the scenes, segment 3. What did you expect to see, and what did you not expect to see? Like something that NFL Network was there today, and they were filming some spots. So like everybody saw Jordan Love throw the ball, blah, blah, blah. But what was something that like fans that are listening to this take away from this that we would have saw?
I mean, obviously you see the bikes and like that whole thing, like them driving down. That is pretty cool. You get the hype of that. Like that's as cool of a tradition as there is for this sort of thing. I wasn't really expecting for like what we were doing to be so intermingled with like media members.
Yes.
We were on the Packers official like Twitter. They had their 3 guys, Hudkowitz. So they had like the editor of Packers.com, one of their play-by-play guys, and another guy with them, and they do like, 3 guys, 3 things, and they each pick a thing and do a quick breakdown of practice. And then me and this guy are just walking in the background, just ready to pass out.
Drenched, looked like we got out of a pool.
Missed our bus shuttle back, so we're walking through. We get into the atrium, we hit the AC, and it looked like I was just sniped. I just
man
dropped.
down.
It felt like, just unsmothered. It was crazy. Our waitress at the restaurant just down here, she was like, it's like somebody's holding a blowtorch to your face.
Yes.
And I was like, damn, she gets it. Shout out Sky.
Shout out Sky, who you're a single man. Sky and you, there were sparks flying. I will say it first and foremost. Sparks were flying.
Every time I look up, I think of her.
Okay.
You're welcome.
Okay. What okay, so we're at dinner at this Pope's Pizza.
Don't.
And Jordan and this girl are having a time, and he played it perfect. Like he was wearing a nice polo, it was going great. She leaves, we pay the bill. He goes to walk out. I mean, this guy is flying high. 10 out of 10, went to Packers practice, talked to the new policy guy, like all time. Tell us what happened when he walked out of the booth.
Well, I forgot it was kind of raised. And for my longtime followers, it went how you thought it went.
He fell. He ate shit so hard.
Talk about a fall from grace. I ran out of there quick.
It was you almost threw the perfect game. You gave up a grand slam at the end, but it's all good. A grand slam home run. Okay, segment 4, fan pulse.
Ball 4, ball 8, ball 12. Walks the bases loaded.
Segment 4, fan pulse. We talked to a lot of fans today. All were in a great mood. All were very nice. I have to say that after being in Chicago, these people were fantastic. What was your fan pulse like?
God, Chicago has such New York. I've never been to New York, but I imagine those are similar vibes.
Yeah.
Where you just got people saying wild things that you're like, there is just no consequences to speaking sometimes here. I mean, vibes are high. I mean, Jordan Love said it on NFL Network. The expectation is to win the North and win the Super Bowl. And that's what the expectation should be here every single year. The trophy's named after a guy from right here. And that's how it should be.
That's how it should be. I'm with you. Segment 5, camp MVP and final thoughts.
Camp MVP, I'd have to say, honestly, Rashawn Gary being the tone setter. I mean, that was the most impressive play of the day. And the guys rallied to him. Lucas Van Ness ran over and was hyping him up, and they chest bumped. And it's a culture thing. And Hafley, wow, in a year, the turnaround. I mean, we hadn't had a defense. Dom Capers had some defenses, but they were more predicated on big plays versus like being a smothering, like make you grind it out kind of game offense. They were just trying to confuse the shit out of you and let Charles Woodson just pick on you. Clay Matthews, BJ Raji, I'm going to tear up. The vibes, the culture were great.
Let's play a game. Okay, it's the schedule game. I'm gonna give the matchup. You tell me win or loss. Game 1, Lions and Packers. Who wins?
Is it home or away?
It is.
It doesn't matter. Win.
Okay. Second game. Hold on,
I would say win just because they're breaking in some new guys. I know they have mainly the same team, but a couple new coordinators. It's those little wrinkles when you play each other so often. I mean,
it's a tough NFC North game to start it off.
Yeah, that is the guys making the schedule. I mean, the same with the Bills and Ravens playing right off the bat. I know you're getting. It's just not indicative. Same thing with the Eagles, Packers, week
Chiefs
1
and
last
Chargers,
year.
week 1 in Brazil. Are you kidding me? It's gonna be tough. Okay, game 2. Commanders and Packers, 7:15, September 11th.
That's the second game.
Yeah.
Gauntlet.
Who's winning? Commanders at home, Thursday Night Football, 7:15.
Win because I think Terry McLaurin is not going to play.
Week 3 at the Cleveland Browns in the Doghouse. Shout out
Do you
Pat
know what
O'Boyle.
jerseys they're wearing for that? Big win.
Week 4 at Cowboys. Sunday Night Football.
Big win.
Week 5 bye. Week 6 Bengals home.
I'm saying that's an L.
Ooh.
Specifically because I could see, well, yeah, I'll stick with L because I could see Jamar Chase and T. Higgins if they're healthy. If those two guys play, then there's a chance this turns into a little bit of a shootout. I do like Nixon and I do like Hobbs, but those are two big guys. So I'd go loss. Joey B can kind of sling the rock.
Kinda. Yeah, he can. Week 7 at the Arizona Cardinals.
Win.
Week 8 at the Pittsburgh Steelers, Sunday Night Football. That's going to be electric.
There's a rumor going around that they're going to let the Steelers wear their throwbacks. I don't think we would wear this.
Yeah.
But Aaron Rodgers playing against his former team in one of the most iconic uniforms in the history of this league. Stop overthinking it. Green Bay, and we get to exercise some demons. He goes through these periods every couple years where he's likable on Twitter, and it's just like, dude, I'm done with you. Quit coming back into my life. Next.
Week 9, Panthers at home.
Win.
Week 10, Eagles at home, Monday Night Football. You might have to go to that one.
The hump we can't get over.
Loss.
Save that one for the regular season because we'll get them in the playoffs.
Week 11 at the New York Football Giants. Noon kickoff. You can taste the W.
Win.
Okay. Week 12, a big one. NFC rival, the Minnesota Vikings come to town.
Win. J.J. McCarthy does not look good.
Oh, week 13. This could be a big one. At the Detroit Lions, Thursday at noon.
It's the Thanksgiving game.
That is.
I just don't see us sweeping them, so I would say loss. But, I mean, those are going to be close games. I think ultimately in the division they'll probably sweep Vikings and Bears, even though those are tough games. I would say they probably split with the Bears, honestly.
Week 14, you got the little brother Bears coming to town. Noon kickoff. Win.
They won. They keep posting stuff that they're 1-0 in 2025 against the Packers, and it's like, oh, you guys are so adorable.
Week 15 at the Denver Broncos, who have improved greatly.
Pats retain.
Bo
I went
Nix.
to the last game, and they lost. What are we at? Are you keeping track?
Yeah,
What am I at right now?
I wasn't keeping track.
Win.
At Bears, week 16.
Win.
Week 17, Ravens come to Lambeau.
Loss.
Week 18, you finish up in Minneapolis against the Vikes.
Win.
Wow. Okay, is this the year the Packers win the Lombardi and they bring it home?
I think this is the year they don't have an excuse not to push for an NFC championship.
Okay.
All you can really ask to be in that position, I think they have all the tools, all the guys at the right contract levels in terms of guys that are still on their rookie contracts, and who they're going to bring in. Wide receiver group got a lot of guys they got to make decisions on. Dontavian Wicks, Romeo Dubs, I think Jaden Reed is like a year or two away. So, I mean, they have decisions they're going to make because they're going to pay him.
Overall, the trip to Green Bay, I feel like, made the whole thing worth it, honestly. And I would say this even if you weren't sitting here and someone asked me. It was so fun. And the city of Green Bay is a great place. Kristen, my girlfriend, is a diehard Packers fan. Her family is too. She wants my son Cade to be a Packers fan. I obviously want him to be a Chiefs fan. But today might have swayed the vote because this was fantastic. Could you imagine having a son and bringing him here and just having him be a part of that bike thing? Like, dude, that would change his life. That was phenomenal. No one else is doing that. That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
This is the ultimate fandom.
Absolutely. I mean, they travel well. I mean, there's not a place you can go. It's the same with the Huskers. There's probably not a big town in this world you can go, at least America. There's not a Packers bar.
No.
Or there's like somewhere that's not Packers fans. They're everywhere. They travel everywhere. They show out. They're proud. They're respectful. It's just such a culture that's really unmatched to me.
Yeah. I mean,
Philadelphia could take a few notes on the respectfulness. Tush push, Jesus.
By the way, Packer fans don't like the tush push. LaFleur voted against it. It passed. They're going to use it again next year.
Yeah. And, my feelings on it, it is what it is.
Yeah.
It's just kind of deviating away from the wide open. It's kind of, everything's cyclical. It's almost like we're going back to like the 1910s, rugby-esque stuff. But it is what it is. I do think, and, if you're looking at the NFC, maybe Tampa Bay has the offensive weapons to get hot at the end of the year. I don't think anybody from the NFC West is really threatening. I mean,
no.
Matt Stafford had his one run to get a Super Bowl, and I think he might make a wild card, and lose to whoever. But I think it really, to me, comes down to Detroit, Green Bay, and Philadelphia. Washington had a great run. I think they can hang around, but it's tough to do that multiple times. Like, how many teams randomly pop up? How many times do the Carolina Panthers randomly pop up there? Or the Cardinals randomly have a season and then are down forever, So I think those are the three in the NFC you're really looking at, and who stays healthy is really going to determine it, but I would love to have another shot at the Philadelphia Eagles. That would be a very cathartic win for us.
Man, I mean, I'm hoping for
And then
them.
it's off to the races.
It's off to the races. Speaking of off to the races, tomorrow we're leaving early. Our last stop of the deep dive tour, the Minnesota Vikings. We're going to Minneapolis. We're staying right there beside them at another nice hotel.
Yeah.
Shout out to the sponsors that made this possible. Again, it took a long time to save up for a thing like this, but this is a lifetime dream of mine. And dude, thanks a lot for coming for the ride, dude. This has been so much fun.
We keep saying it's once in a lifetime. And I kind of live by that. Like, I just don't see the reason to sit at home and just not go out and chase things. We've all had people come and go, and you live this life to do the things with the people you care about. That's why we're here.
And the teams you care about.
And the teams.
Like the Green Bay Packers.
The teams that make us wake up in the morning and sometimes make us wish we didn't wake up in the morning.
Oh, dude, we forgot to shout out the Cove. Last night we almost screwed up.
Didn't we?
Last night we went to Anduzzi's, which is a great bar here in Green Bay, right by Lambeau Field.
Absolutely, vibes immaculate.
Oh, and they had an outdoor
Great
amphitheater built. Yeah, we had wings, and then we hear a live band start up, and it's 3 21-year-olds. No, 2 of them were 19, one was 21.
Yep.
And they were the Cove, and they sounded like Nirvana mixed with Foo Fighters mixed with Metallica. It was fantastic.
So obviously, and they played 2 shows that day. They played another show across town, and they had just gotten all that equipment, so they were learning it. And I mean, these kids are 19 and 21. Like, the sound, their dad kept coming over and talking to him, and I just kept telling him like how they're playing guitar, hitting the drums and everything, like, unbelievable for kids that age. Like, they were just wailing up there. And you could tell, I mean, they started getting into the songs they felt more comfortable with. They had a few originals, and his son was the lead singer, and it was like, you can tell there's a difference when he's singing his own song because it's his voice, because he was just wailing on those, and he just felt confidence because it was him. It was his story. It was his songs. And, after talking to him a little bit and you're listening to him, you're like, all right, this kind of bangs. This slaps.
Yeah, we became buddies.
Bass player had a lot of energy. The drummer was getting after it. And I was like, man,
These kids are going to
I
make
don't even
it.
want to get into what I was doing at 19.
But the dad came over and was talking to us, and he mentioned that the lead singer, his son, has a lot of problems with his eyes. Like he had a major surgery. And then after the show was over, the dad's like, hey, would you mind going over and saying how much fun you had to my son? Because he's pretty shy and he's got a lot of anxiety when it comes to performing live.
Yeah.
So we walked over to him. We're like, man, you have a gift. You got to keep going. And we weren't lying. Like that kid is going to, the Cove, they're going to make it.
I mean, they're talented, dude. That was so fun. And it was so fun, like, once you, met the dad and you kind of heard the story and then you were kind of, invested and, rooting for him.
Yeah.
And you and me, we both love live music. And I think one of the things I was telling you at the concert, I was like, it's tough for me to be at these places and just sit because I feel like when they're on stage and as a performer, you can only give so much without getting anything in return. So you're up there and you're like, man, it's weird. Are people enjoying it? Nobody's really moving. So it's one of those things I like to be as reciprocal as I can. We've seen that go south a couple times, but I think they started feeling some energy from the crowd there towards the end, and they were confident, and I mean, they were just free, loose, and I mean, that's so cool to see. They definitely have, I don't know where it takes them, but they definitely have a journey they're going to go on, and that's fucking awesome to see.
It was inspiring. It made me feel inspired leaving there. Our last big note that I wanted to mention, got a couple texts today. What's Christian Watson looking like? He's still not practicing after the ACL injury last year, which was a non-contact injury, which is scary if you're a Packer fan. But he was running at full
Jordy Nelson.
Christian Watson was running at full speed, and he was running up and down the sidelines, cheering on the crowd that was in the stands on the other side, cheering them up and down, getting them ready to go for his teammates. So Christian Watson looks like he's well on his way to being back on a football field.
He's the kind of guy they have to tell, please stop.
Yeah.
He's ahead of schedule, but they have to rein him in because, they worked on his hamstring. They finally felt like that was taken care of, and then he just has this freak thing. Sometimes that just happens. Sometimes that's a part of the journey, but his mindset, his mentality, who he is, he's another guy there is not a version of this team that is better without him.
Right.
What he adds to the team, you were here. I think he had 2 or 3 touchdowns. I mean, catching deep balls, taking reverses. I mean, he's everywhere. What he adds with his speed, his size, opens up everything. Similar to what Marquise can do with his speed. But, I mean, they don't have a guy. They drafted Savion Williams to kind of maybe do the things he kind of does. But, I mean, game 1, first route, they scheme him up a deep ball. He drops it, and, everybody's getting on him about that. And it's like, listen. He's going to have a career.
He's going to have a career.
He'll be okay.
Former North Dakota State Bison great.
He's a touchdown magician.
Machine.
Yeah, I couldn't decide on the word there. I was like, machine, magnet, magician. A little bit of all of it.
A little bit of all of it. Well, buddy, this has been a true pleasure. I know you had a lot of fun today. I'm looking forward to tomorrow. We're going to hit the road early, about 7 a.m. Practice starts at 1 with the Vikes, about a 4-hour drive, but it all ends tomorrow, man. What a ride it's been.
Absolutely. Just what a journey.
Some highs, some lows.
Feels like we lost some time at different parts of this journey. Chicago, I think we saw every little touristy thing off the top of my head that we could possibly see. So that's great. And I'm glad. And I feel like I don't have to go back.
Ditto. Thanks, everybody. Appreciate you. And we will see you next time from Minneapolis, Minnesota, where the Vikings will show us what they got on the Deep Dive Tour here on Swim Lessons Podcast. Thank you.